B-March Boxing back at it with another breakdown and prediction. This fight's going to be on the undercard of Leo Santa Cruz and Abdamara's fight over there in Los Angeles, I believe the Staples Center. Um, Jamel Charlo defending his IB, what is it, WBC, right? Oh shit! You know what I just realized? You know what I just realized? Uh, but I don't even think anybody will know the difference. If you do, please, you know what I just did? You see the thumbnail I got for this video, right? That ain't even Jermell Charlo. That's Jamal Charlo, the twin brother. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna scrap this video just because I got the wrong twin on the thumbnail. Fuck it. You know who I'm talking about. Jamel Charlo. They look alike anyways. I could tell the difference though. I could tell the difference. The bigger Charlo brother, the one at 160, looked like he got a stronger jawline or something. Like just something about his face you could tell the difference. But anyways, let's talk about this fight between the WBC champ Jermell Charlo versus Austin No Doubt Trout. Austin No Doubt Trout, man, this guy is a lucky dude, man. This guy, I don't know nobody in boxing right now who gets more opportunities at world title shots than Austin Trout. You know what I mean? He's a good dude. You know what I mean? Big ups to Austin Trout. He's over here in DC. He's training with Barry Hunter. He's in the Headbangers gym. But we shall see, you know what I mean? But let's get into it. You know, the man Jamel Charlo is definitely the taller fighter, you know what I mean? I think he's about 5'11", Austin Trout 5'8" and a half. Austin Trout looks like a taller fighter when he just his stature, but these Charlo brothers are big dudes, man. 5'11" at 154. You're a big dude, you know what I'm saying? So Jamel Charlo, man, you know, lately he's been knocking fellas the fuck out, you know what I'm saying? His mandatories, you know what I mean? His last 5 fights, who's he fought? He's fought at least Hatley, Lubin, uh, he's fought the Canadian former world champion, who was a champion like 10, 12 years ago, Joaquim, the Haitian Canadian, Joaquim Alcine. He fought Vanes Martirosyan, you know, and John Jackson. Those are his last 5 fights. Not extremely. You know, not no names that pop out like, damn, he's fighting the best of the best. And that's always been my issue with the guy, you know what I mean? And his brother till he got in there with Austin Trout, you know what I mean? Because they hadn't really fought anybody. But let's talk about what's going to happen in the ring between these two. Austin Trout is the southpaw, of course. I think Austin Trout, he's got a good defense, you know what I'm saying? When he uses his jab is going to be what gets him to what he wants to do, you know what I mean? Because Jamel Charlo is a taller fighter, but he has a slightly shorter reach. Austin Trout does, you know what I'm saying? Will it make a difference? I'm not too sure, you know, because, you know, Austin Trout has a very good jab himself. And Austin Trout, the only thing that he lacks really is power, you know what I'm saying? He's not really a power puncher, you know what I mean? Jamel Charlo, he's a power puncher as of late. He's been putting niggas, fellas to sleep, you know what I mean? And he's what is he, 30 and 0, 30 and 0, 15 KOs, but you know, his record doesn't suggest he's a knockout artist neither. 50% KO ratio. But like I said, he's been icing fellas lately, you know what I mean? Charles Hatley got put to sleep in the 6th round. Erickson Lubin got made look like, you know, like the man had Tourette syndrome, you know what I'm saying? When the man caught him, you know what I mean? Julian Jackson, that fight turned around with just one punch, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I think the man Julian, I'm sorry, what's his name? Jamel Charlo, he's gonna be trying to go for the knockout. You know what I mean? He's training for the knockout like Adonis Stevenson does, and it's up to I'm sorry, Austin No Doubt Trout to avoid those big right hands that the man uh, Charlo's been dropping fellas with lately. You know what I mean? I think if Austin Trout is on his movement, you know what I'm saying, don't stand in the pocket too much and go toe to toe with this guy like he did with Jared Hurd. That was a stupid game plan. I don't care if you could outbox guys for the first 5, 6 rounds. You know what I mean? Can you do that for 12? Standing in the pocket fighting with fellas. You know what I mean? I think he's gonna have to use a lot of movement. You know what I'm saying? Movement's the key. You know. That's why you have a big ring. You know what I'm saying? I'm not too sure what the dimensions of the ring will be. But It's only right that the man Austin Trout uses his lateral movement, keeps circling to his right, you know what I'm saying? Circle to his right from the southpaw stance, you know what I'm saying? So he can unleash some clean, accurate left shots, you know what I'm saying? Bob and weave his head. If he's keeping his defense in the high guard, bob and weave his head using his jab, you know what I'm saying? Because a orthodox fighter, they jab can be offset by a southpaw's jab, you know what I mean? And they right hand too, because the a southpaw fighter is gonna be jabbing with their right hand, you know what I'm saying? And he could take away the right hand of or the jab, he could take away the jab of the orthodox fighter, you know what I mean? So that's what the man Austin Trout has to do. Make it every which way uncomfortable for the man Jermell Charlo, you know what I mean? Jermell Charlo can box. He's a good boxer. You know, I thought he's a better boxer um, between him and excuse me, hey, between him and his brother Jermell Charlo. But you know, there's spurts, there's times this guy could be outboxed. You know, from Vanes Martirosyan outboxing him to John Jackson outboxing him for the majority of that fight until he got caught. You know what I mean? So Austin Trout, if he wants to this fight, he's gonna have to fight a perfect fight. He's gonna have to be the pure boxer in there, and he's gonna have to make his shots count. You know what I'm saying? I see Dylan Gallagher in the chat. What's happening, man? He says, "Big up, B Marsh. Big ups to you, Dylan. How you feeling, man?" Saint Trunk 1982. What's happening, son? He said it's about time someone brought up this fight. Damn near I forgot they were fighting this week. Yeah, man. I've been looking forward to this fight. You know, I seen Austin Trout at the MGM National Harbor 2 weeks ago when I went to see Gary Russell fight. You know what I mean? And you know, Austin Trout's a good dude, man. I've always liked him, man. If one thing you can't say about Austin Trout, he's not a sore loser. Even the fight versus Cannoli, which you know, I had that fight in favor of the man Cannoli because of the knockdown. If there wasn't no knockdown, I would have had it a draw. Some people had Austin Trout winning the fight, but at the end of the fight, the man Austin Trout didn't cry or give any excuses, and he just basically left it said it's up to the judges. You know what I mean? You know, and if he didn't complain about it, I ain't crying for him neither. You know what I mean? But you know, Austin Trout is a good boxer. You know what I'm saying? If he could take the man, if he can uh, withstand not getting dropped, then I think he has an opportunity of winning this fight. Because when he fought the man Jamal Charlo for the IBF title, I had him winning that fight 7 rounds to 5. You know what I mean? The only difference why I see maybe why the judges gave it in favor of the man Jamal Charlo, because he hits harder. You know what I'm saying? You know, his jabs were more snapping than the man Austin Trout, and of course his right hand. You know what I mean? Yeah, Dylan Gallagher says Trout can pull off the upset. I agree 100%. You know, for them fights versus Jared Hurd, Austin Trout didn't train in DC at the Headbangers gym with Barry Hunter. You know what I mean? Maybe because Jared Hurd doesn't train at the Headbangers gym, but it's in the same area, DC, Maryland. You know, that's basically the hometown. So Austin Trout probably wanted to stay away. Didn't want to give no secrets about what he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Versus Jared Hurd, you know what I mean? That's why he probably stayed in New Mexico, wherever he trained at. He ain't come to DC, but he's back now, you know what I mean? And I think he has a good shot because when he fought Jermell Charlo, believe you me, he trained out here in DC, and I thought his the outcome was in his favor. You know what I mean? I thought that he won the fight, but the judges gave it to Jermell Charlo. You know, you gotta take it from the champ. Same way tonight, this Saturday night, he gonna have to take it from the champ, and by doing that, he's gonna have to use a lot of lateral movement. He's gonna have to punch in all different angles. He can't stand in front of the man Jermell Charlo. He's gonna have to make Jermell Charlo look like the come forward fighter and make his aggressiveness look ineffective. And that's the only way Austin Trout could win this fight. You know what I mean? Gonna have to fight a perfect clean fight, bob and weave, use his lateral movement, keep going right. You know what I'm saying? Bob and weave his head, use that jab, throw his right hand jab. You know what I'm saying? And to offset the man Austin Trout, I'm sorry, Jermell Charlo's left hand jab, you know what I'm saying? And he can drop that left hand, you know what I mean? Right down the pipe. But you know, a kryptonite for a southpaw is that straight right hand. If he can avoid that, take that straight right hand away from Jamel Charlo all night, he can win this fight. You know what I mean? So I think that it's gonna be a difficult fight for Austin Trout, but he could make the fight difficult for the man Jamel Charlo too. You know what I mean? It goes both ways. You check it. So Jermell Charlo, how he can win the fight, the keys to victory, he's gonna have to stand in the pocket with the man. If Austin Trout uses lateral movement, he's gonna have to cut off the ring. He's gonna have to throw body shots, head shots, mix up his shots. You know what I'm saying? And not be afraid of that jab, that right hand jab of Austin Trout, which is a pretty good jab. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna have to be more authoritative with his jab. It's gonna be a battle of the jabs, just like it was for Jamal Charlo and Austin Trout for that IBF world title shot that Austin Trout got fighting the other twin brother. It's gonna be a battle of the jabs. You know what I mean? And I think this fight's gonna be a split decision. I see a 6-6 fight. I see a 6-6 fight, maybe 7-5 for either guy, you know what I mean? But I'm going to put it on Jamel Charlo. I think he'll probably win the fight 7-5 if I had to make a prediction. But I will not be surprised if we see a 6-6 draw or a split decision victory for either guy, you know what I mean? I think Jim Austin Trout is a skilled fighter, you know. He's 32 years old. The Charlo kid is 28, 4 year difference. Yeah, Austin Trout has definitely faced a much better opposition than Jermell Charlo by far. He definitely has a better resume. You know what I mean? Whether he's won some of these fights like Landy Lara and Canoli, he didn't know, but he's the only man to beat Miguel Cotto in Madison Square Garden, the first and the last man to do that. So that's something he could always tell his kids and his grandkids. You know what I mean? And he could tell his kids and grandkids this Saturday if he comes off with the victory and upsetting Jamel Charlo. You know what I mean? Jamel Charlo's a 6-1 favorite to win this fight, but I think Austin Trout has the skills to pay the bills. You know what I mean? I think uh Barry Hunter, he's a kind of trainer who trains guys to fight in the, use a lot of body punches, you know what I'm saying, and stand in the pocket, you know what I mean? But I don't think that's going to be what Jamel Charlo wants to do the entire fight. He could be in the pocket for you gotta be on some in and out shit, man. Go watch Manny Pacquiao, Austin Trout. Be on some in and out shit. Manny Pacquiao don't really go to the body much, but the man Austin Trout is gonna have to. But he's gonna have to get the fuck up out of Dodge and avoid that right hand of the man Austin Trout. I'm sorry, Jamel Charlo. You know what I mean? He can't stand in the pocket with this guy. Make this guy follow you around the ring. Drop them counter shots on him. You know what I mean? Speed beats timing beats speed, and he's gonna have to punch from different angles and make this an ugly fight and don't give the man any good openings. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Don't try to trade with the man Jamel Charlo. You know what I mean? That's a wrong idea because Austin Trout he didn't trade with the man Jamal Charlo, excuse me, the one who's at 160. He ain't do that at all. You know what I'm saying? He fought from a distance. You know what I'm saying? And they both did, and they both respected each other. And that's why it was a close fight. And I think Austin Trout could do the same, you know what I mean? But I'm going to have to favor Jamel Charlo by 7-5 split decision. And I could also see a draw. And I could also see Austin Trout winning it same way, 7-5 split decision. That's my prediction. And let me see what they saying in the chat. Red Eyes, how you doing, man? He's in the chat. He says, Mel spars with Spence. Southpaws won't pose a threat, but his footwork is suspect. That's where Trout needs to capitalize. I don't think he will. He will, though. Late stoppage. So you have a late stoppage for Jamel Charlo. Well, if he does, I'll be impressed. I'll be impressed, because his big brother couldn't do it. You know what I mean? But I just think this fight will go the distance. You know what I mean? Truth be told, if Austin Trout gets stopped by this guy, man, it's he's gonna be a career journeyman from here, straight up and down. You know what I mean? That's what Austin Trout will be if he gets stopped, and I think Austin Trout is gonna be I think he's gonna be a formidable. He's gonna be a formidable opponent in there. You know what I mean? I think he's gonna go the distance in my opinion. You know what I mean? I could be wrong, but we shall see. But I got it 7-5 for Charlo, and Red Eye says I think Hurd damaged him. Yeah, man, Hurd laid the smackdown on him. in the last, I'll probably say 3 rounds from like round 5, 6, and 7. You know what I mean? He put hands on him. But for the most part, man, Trout held his own and he was winning rounds. And I'm a Herd fan. He's from my area. I was rooting for him hard body. You know what I'm saying? But I did pick him to be the first man Herd to stop Austin Trout. And it didn't look like it was going that way for the first 5 rounds, but eventually it did. And big ups to the man, Jared Hurd. Big ups to Austin Trout, too, you know what I mean? But I just think yeah, you're absolutely right when you say that the man Jermell Charlo spars with Austin Trout. You know what I mean? But the footwork of Jermell Charlo is kind of suspect. You know what I'm saying? And we shall see if he can stand in the if he can stand in the pocket and get this man Austin Trout to fight his kind of fight. You know what I mean? And because if he doesn't, it'll be a long night for him, and he's going to be made to look bad, like how John Jackson did, how Gabe Rosado did, how Vanis Martirosyan did. And I'm not sold on the guy, but I will have him winning this fight 7-5. But I won't be surprised if Trout do it too. B Marsh Boxing, that's my prediction, and I'm out of here. Thanks for everybody coming through. Red Eyes, my man Dylan Gallagher, St. Trunks 1982. And I'm out of here. I'll catch y'all on the next vid. Got another prediction coming up next, and I gotta do this before I head out to the post office and ship out mad items. You know what I mean? It's been a good day today. What's today? Wednesday. So we shall see. B Marsh Box, and I'm out of here. Peace.